Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for episode 7 of Listy's Racecraft series. And today we're going to be looking at weight training, in particular why we do it, how much you should lift, ideally, and what exercises to do. So there's a few reasons why people suggest that we should be resistance training or weight training. And they're listed up here. It's believed that it assists in preventing injuries. It increases durability. So when we do come off the bike at some point, our muscles are larger and stronger and able to protect our body a bit more. Larger muscles improve your fatigue resistance, so the amount of time it takes for you to fatigue. And it is suggested that it increases your power. Now, it's important to remember that it may not make you go quicker, because as you put on muscle, you also increase your body weight. And if you increase your body weight, of course, you need to use more power to push that increased weight across the landscape. So there's no real evidence to suggest that lifting weights will make you go quicker. However, there's a lot of other benefits, as we can see here. And of course, it improves your general strength in your job, in your hobbies, when you're gardening, whatever you're doing, taking the shopping bags from the car into the house. It's pretty common nowadays for weight training. Back in the day when I started cycling, what was that, sort of mid-80s, late 80s, I was told, just find a hill, get a big gear on your bike, pedal at a low cadence, sort of 50, 60 RPM, and that is your weight training. Now, fortunately, we've moved on a bit since then. We've moved on with the concept of training and fueling and weight training as well. And probably nowadays, you could probably find, you'd be hard-pushed to find any athlete in any sport who trains seriously that doesn't have weight training as part of their weekly plan. It's really become the backbone, pardon the pun, of getting strong and getting powerful within whatever sport you do: running, swimming, cycling, kayaking, martial arts, whatever. So, we're all mountain biking, we're running, we're swimming, we're doing whatever we can, and we're trying to stave off that natural age-related loss of muscle mass that happens as we get older. So after the age of, sort of early 40s, mid-40s, we all start suffering from what's called sarcopenia, which is the natural loss of muscle mass and strength. It happens to us all. That's just how it is. And there's a few factors that can exacerbate that. We can't control our genetics. You can't control who your parents were, so there's no point trying to fight that. There's hormonal changes that happen in our body, menopause in women, as men get older, decreasing testosterone, that exacerbates the loss of muscle mass and strength. There are some health conditions that also do that. Obviously, cancer would have a fair impact on your muscle mass and your strength. And for the general population, lack of exercise. Now, hopefully that's not us, because we're mountain biking and we're taking it fairly seriously. So just our regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week of biking would be staving off natural sarcopenia. But we can assist that sarcopenia, assist the decrease in sarcopenia by weightlifting. As we get much older, so as we get past 50, 60 and so on, that muscle loss continues. Even if you are weight training, even if you are cycling, that muscle loss continues. And, for the sedentary members of the public who are not running, swimming, riding, martial arts, whatever else we're doing, a substantial loss in muscle mass, it can lead to a decline in physical function. So we talk about old people having a fall. That's usually because they haven't got the core strength, the leg strength, the upper body strength to prevent themselves falling. And of course, as we get on a bit, when we all age, that could be a determinator in whether you can continue to live at home unassisted, or whether you're going to need assistance, or whether you might have to move into specialised care. So whether or not you're mountain biking or running or whatever, and whether or not you're weight training, this muscle loss, yes, it has an effect on what we do for work and for hobbies, but it can also have a fairly serious effect in where you'll live as you get older. So when we think about what we're going to have, the exercises themselves, what we're going to have to do, look, I've been weight training for a few years. Again, I should preface this, I'm no personal trainer, I'm no expert, but I've done a bit of reading around and a bit of YouTubing and a bit of Googling like everyone else. And there's probably 6 main exercises that cyclists should be able to do. Now you can add things like plank work and stretching to these, but these are probably the 6 main exercises that cyclists should do. And it should be said, I'm assuming that cycling is your main sport. If you have visions of, or if running is your main sport, or bodybuilding is going to be your main sport, then these weights and these specific exercises are probably not going to help you in bodybuilding. Lifting 35% an overhead press of your body weight is not going to win you any bodybuilding championships. And it's also maybe not terribly important if you're a runner to have upper body strength. Whereas with mountain biking, you're going to be lifting the handlebars, you could be running with your bike, certainly if you're doing cyclocross, or you're doing hiker bike, or you're going to lift your bike over a tree stump or a fallen down obstacle. You do need upper body strength, whereas you might not if you're a runner. So these 6 exercises here with the specific weights, and notice it's percentage of body weight, not John should lift 80 kilos and, Andrea should lift 50 kilos. It's percentage of your body weight. So you need to know your body weight, obviously. Jump on a scale, find out your body weight. And I've broken them up into 2 sessions. So making an assumption that you're going to go to the gym, or you've got a home gym, or you've got a setup somewhere, you're going to go twice a week. So the session A and the session B. So session A, you do your deadlift, squat, bench press, and pull-ups. And the second session of the week, squat, bench row, overhead press. And we've got the number of reps there, so 5 by 5, so 5 sets of 5 reps, and you're working up to that. So if you haven't been to the gym before, you've never done any weight training, please don't become a member of the gym, rock up there and try to knock out 5 sets, 5 reps of 100% body weight deadlifts, because it will hurt and you'll probably do yourself an injury. So what we want to be focusing on is form. So focusing on form first. Now, whether you get that from YouTube, whether you've got a book on weightlifting, whether you want to get a personal trainer for a few sessions just to watch you and give you some advice, there might be a gym employee when you join the gym that will set up a program and watch you. They will be able to have a look at your form and suggest improvements. You can video yourself as well, obviously. So that's about it. There's a few ideas there on which exercises. Let me know in the comments. What do you do in the gym? What exercise do you think works really well? Thanks for listening. See you again.